this one off of this by itself. Alright, first things first. You videoing?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
He's camera shy. Yeah, posting on Pornhub.
The green stuff.
So ridiculous.
So look, the idea is there's, you know, all the sealing happens in this thing, right? Obviously. So you want to place this stuff in about center where you're gonna sit this, and you can kind of eyeball it because, like every other case, it gets hose clamps. You know, so you probably want to leave about that much out. So you figure probably the middle to be there, right? If you have a marker. Right. Cut yourself a little bit of green. And in a kind of like a corkscrew fashion. You don't need to stretch it. Just get it around once. Split the difference, you know what I mean? Like that. Then you get some tape ready. We have some big black tape ready? That's not pretty.
Right there.
Then you can start wrapping these back, right? So, you know, this was the last one I had.
And none of that goop goes on the
You'll
inside?
see. No, not on the inside.
How far did you just,
I went
as you want? Or
you can go,
about a hand?
yeah, now I think about it, actually, I'm probably going to move
Probably
it
a
back
little
because
more.
the strands are, I forgot I kept that a little extra. So what I would do is from the center tube, put your 4 fingers and then start your green stuff. You know what I mean? And go like that. Right, and then start with your bundles to get around. One bundle at a time. Try to get it back on the way you had it. It's going to be, sometimes it's harder, some are harder than others, depends on how much they had to manhandle the cable and the strands got boogered up. But you want to essentially got to keep them in order when they go back around. Somewhat, this green stuff will kind of hold it in place.
Yeah, you're missing one, I think.
Fight.
You need a tripod.
Yeah, like that. Kind of as tight over as you can. Get your next bundle. Kind of get them in.
I gotta imagine a lot of this is just such overkill. By the time you
No,
goop
it's
the
not, trust me.
insides and everything.
The water travels like you would, you know.
Yeah, I guess that's true, right?
Right, so the idea is to get it.
And then it squeezes it in between everything.
That's
probably.
the idea, but this is why you also don't want to be out in the cold because you want the stuff to be maneuvered, right? So keep it, and then I kind of work it a little bit so it gets in between the strands. Make sure you're all lined up here, which is usually the hardest part, but usually if you just keep going like that, they'll eventually find their place, and then once you get them nice and lined up where they're supposed to be, I'll get the tape to kind of help hold them. Just like that. Then you can kind of run your tape.
Have you ever had to ring cut one of these?
No, you can't.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Alright, and that's that. Next,
Exactly.
you're gonna get a another one of these. I'll kind of work this a little bit. Go right over it again. Kind of stretch this one out. It's kind of just gonna help bond it again. Now we get our goop.
About that.
Try to get everything ready if you can. Anything, if you use an ADSS cable or jacketed cable, you gotta, rough it up all over so that the sea cement will stick to it and the stuff.
Wow, when you were doing the 3 empties thing years ago.
All right.
The second I supposed to do with any 3 empties because it makes that displacement.
Which is annoying. I probably should do that.
So start usually around here at the tape. Start spreading it on. There you go. I'm trying to go up to about a little bit before your tape. Up there. So not mixing well. Separate. Nice and coated.
Just roll it around in there.
BBC, you know all about that, Justin.
That's what he does. He rubs that on his cock and then he takes his pictures for Grinder.
You really want to get it all. Make sure you get it all. This stuff's really separated.
The solvent separate out of it?
Yeah, what you see, the petroleum is like. All down in the nooks and crannies. Underneath inspection. Got it. It needs a little bit of time to get tacky. Just go over it real fast, and that'll help get the tackiness going.
Warm it up too much.
Nah, that's good. You'll see when it starts to get stringy like that, it's getting tacky. And then normally, what I do is I'll get a piece of tape. You're supposed to measure the cable so you know how to corkscrew this tape on, but I've done so many of them. And this and the ADSS pretty much go the same way. Black side on the outside. Put a little tab there, a starter. This is the sucky part by yourself, but start on an angle, get the tape going. Keep your scissors handy. All right, go around. Check where I start. I don't know if this matters as long as we're in the case. On an angle, working away.
Sleeves.
All right, just a slight tug, and you want to overlap. You're going to build a corkscrew like that. Constantly pulling your paper. Not pulling it. You don't need to overstretch it. You know what I mean? It's important to try to keep the gaps. Keep everything as uniform as possible. I think these you can kind of almost touch the underbelly. See, like that.
You used to build these in those little ass vans.
Yeah.
I'm literally gonna gonna have to do that.
That's what I did. I always did it. It's not bad. I think you get used to
build
it.
some of it out.
Takes you a little longer, yeah.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah, I think the one we built last time was outside.
Probably.
Yeah, if it's nice out, you could. It's no problem to do the whole thing outside. I gotta get that. There's that fiber door. Is that? Oh, that's. I think that one's for the other side of the shop, isn't it?
I don't know.
Because
You'd be surprised. In those vans, you'll never use. You'll never.
Though.
Yeah, you'll never. I put one in mine when I never used it. You don't unless you're going to be doing. It's only good for. Going to be there all day, and you know it's going to rain or it's freezing.
Yeah.
You're just hitting cases.
I've had and it actually worked pretty well. Like when it's raining, I'll take my sign, open it up, stick it on top of like the little shelf that's right there, and then open my door so it's sitting there. But if it's fucking windy, it tears that off every
You got
now
zip
and then.
tie in, like,
Yeah, I could do that. That's true. I think I just threw something. I think maybe I threw my stand on top of it, or I tucked it under my cables or something.
Probably could spread them a little more if you really want to. Yeah, make sure you're gonna have enough for the other side. But we'll obviously be coming back. And you can leave a little bit of that shit hanging out like that. Tape ready. Cut. Finish it off. And then this gets covered with vinyl for UV protection according to the manufacturer.
You're actually supposed to wrap that whole thing back up with.
Just don't go into where you're sealing it.
Oh, okay.
And just corkscrew the tape the opposite way. And honestly, you could probably goop up some sea cement all around the back before you hang it. Help keep the water out.
The purpose of the foam is it buckles and not buckles.
You can cut it. What I do is you have to make this pattern. If you're really concerned with normally what I'll do is I'll hold it like this on there. Actually, you can just cheat it to one side. Like that. Make a nip. Make a nip. And bring it in. Make a nip. Right, and then I usually will just go in on one a ways. And you can actually, it ain't got to be perfect because you don't want any of it overhanging into here because it pinches and then pulls the seal out. I'll show you when I put it back together. Really, you could actually, I guess if you wanted, you could even get a marker. After you line up that side, and trace it. stay in on more on the thinner side. And cut inside the line, you know. And then in theory, should be able to match it up for this side. Let's see if we go like that.
Well, no, hold on, you don't because this is gonna take up
Not
some
yet.
of that.
We're doing the top side that doesn't have any
Oh,
cables
there's
yet.
one on this side. Okay.
These, and keep them together because they're going to be different lengths, right? So we'll know that's the flat. Now the shitty part, and what I'll usually do is same idea. I'll cut in because they give you these long anyway. So I'll get one started. And then I'll kind of lay it in there like that. And maybe just like roll my finger in there, get it lined up where it's going to be. The finger in there. And then usually I'll just go like this. It's a lot harder when you have more than one fucking divot in there too. And you gotta get like 3 fucking fingers in there. You get a piece of cable, like 144 cable if you got it maybe. And then I would do the same thing. You're always gonna put dark to dark. So if you're gonna measure this one up, I would mate them like that. You know what I mean? Maybe just go in on one. Each side. And you only get 4 of these. You only get one shot. You fuck one up, you gotta open up another case. Which is so stupid. But that's what they do. Check it. Should be a little longer. And it goes in. And it'll be fine. If it's gonna cheat from any side, cheat from this side, you know what I mean? Because you're still sealed all the way around here. So we'll keep these separate. And we'll do our flat side first, because it's easier. Make sure you line them back together the same. Now, back to the sea cement. gonna want to get tacky. The tackier it is, the easier it is to work with when you're trying to put this shit together. Okay. The more you work it, the tackier it'll get. Alright. Well, flats.
They put paper on it for no reason because it's not as sticky, is it?
No.
Keeps it clean.
These are actually all shit. It's all right. In this case, split the difference. Set. Add them down. Really important that you're not in the cracks over there. So it'll just, when you go to put it together, it'll grab it and pinch it in there. Fuck up the whole seal. Which I might be a little over there. Try to cheat a little bit. And find your yellow here, yellow here. This one first. Make sure you're not gonna pinch. That, we're good, we're good. Now for the fun part. This would be this guy.
You just stuck into the wall.
Yeah.
It's not your truck.
Let's see what we got here. Used a little too much. Stop yawning. Jeez, did you get sleep last night?
Yeah.
His nut sacks probably kept him awake.
His nutsack.
Cats. His nut sacks.
Yeah. I hate cats. Although I did got one that lives in my yard.
What, a nut sack one?
It's a feral cat. But he kills all the mice. I don't give a shit.
I mean, I could see, like, hey, I'm gonna get a cat, get a normal cat, and he come home with 2 nut sacks. It's like,
Oh, what are they, bald?
They're Siamese things.
Yeah, those aren't Siamese. Siamese ones are like the. They're like black and white. These are bald.
He's got mangy.
Sphinxes.
He just got mangy cats.
Yeah.
Alright, I think we're good. We'll give him a second to get tacked up. Alrighty. Maybe let's go like this. Just put my finger up there and then kind of work it in this part and kind of work that one that way. That one actually worked out pretty good. This guy. Then, let's make sure the drill's ready and find our inside, this is our bottom. Try to lay that center. You hold it. Center it up. We got it right here. Good. I can't move this shit. Go slow because they can get boogered. Might need to hammer this one down a little bit. Let me use the screwdriver. Do me a favor. Try to keep that like that, just like that.
So it stays parallel.
Working back and forth. You're gonna see everything's gonna bulge. That's a good sign. Let me use the screwdriver. Do me a favor. Try to keep that like that, just like that.
So it stays parallel.
Working back and forth. You're gonna see everything's gonna bulge. That's a good sign. Let me hop in there. Let me get in. It doesn't matter, we're putting one cable on, so you just suck it all the way back.
Phrasing.
What did I do? I screwed myself. That's that. Now, I guess we'll throw all these out.
Because there's idiots out there.